Hello guys, so I'm going to be showing you my wrap up for the year for 2021. I use Goodreads for the most part in all of 2021, but for 2022 I'm going to be moving to Storygraph. I'm going to give it a try this coming year, and I'm thinking that I'm going to like it, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on for this coming year. But Goodreads gave me my statistics, be like the wrap up that everybody does. Let's see, so I've read 30,753 pages and I've read 118 books read, which is by far the most books I've read ever in like my whole entire life, so this is kind of amazing. I don't think I'm going to be able to reach that number in a long time, but who knows. Shortest book was 32 pages, longest 612 pages. Okay. I did not see that, but I could see it now. I'm pretty lenient on how many stars I give per book, so I think I need to be a little bit more harsh and into what I actually give the reviews to the books. But yeah, this year I read a lot of manga, and that's why this number is so high, so we're gonna see that as we go. So yeah, this is my first nonfiction that I read for the year too. So the first one was The House in the Cerulean Sea, which was a great book. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was lighthearted. Great start to the year. And then some smaller books. And let's see, any books that stuck out to me. Rebecca, my gosh, that was the longest book ever. Daisy Jones and the Six, highly recommend the audiobook if you haven't already done so. But yes, read it. Oh, Song of Achilles, that was probably my number one book that I've read in 2021. And if you haven't already done so, haven't gotten into the TikTok bandwagon, I would highly recommend it. It might be a little bit slow for some people, but at the end it's all worth it. And yeah, it made me cry. Books usually don't make me cry, but that one was something else. This is a fun series to read. The Martha Wells All Systems Red. I need to keep up with it. But yeah, and then I started reading Attack on Titan. Great series. Great way to get into anime if you haven't already done so. But I'm close to being done now. I think you're gonna see at the end of the video the last book that I read. But yeah, it's great. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is also a great book. Hamnet. I did not expect to like this book, but it was a great audiobook too. The Dating Plan, I was hesitant on that one, but it was great. Like, it made me enjoy the romance genre a little bit better. And then I also started the Demon Slayer manga, and oh, my heart. I'm close to being done, but I'm kind of scared. The Midnight Library I would also highly recommend, but just content warning over suicide. If you think you can take it, then I highly recommend it. If not, then just put it off to the side and pick it up sometime later. Let's see. Educated was a great memoir. It was not something that I expected, but I feel like everybody should read it. Oh, the saga. I thought I didn't finish reading up to what's been published, and then once I got to the final book, I was like, okay, yeah, I read this, and now I understand why I blocked it out, and I'm ready for it to finish and for it to break my heart, and I'm scared. End of Green Gables, I listened to the audiobook for that one and it was great. I loved the character, and I meant to finish the series in 2021, but I just never got around to it. Malibu Rising, also a great book to read. It was alright because I had high expectations because of Daisy Jones and the Six, but it was still a great read. Let's see. That one was a disappointment. I don't know why I kept reading it, but oh gosh. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick up the rest of her books. I just couldn't, I could not. Act Your Age, Evie Brown. It's alright. Not the best one out of the series, in my opinion, but I know some people it's their favorite. And then This Is How You Lose the Time War. I enjoy sci-fi and time travel. It's something that interests me, and so this was a great read if those are some topics that what you are interested in. So I would recommend that one. It's very short. The audiobook is too, but it kind of gets confusing. I think I would read it as a physical copy, just to keep track, because sometimes it would get confusing between the two different characters. Where the Crawdads Sing, highly recommend the audiobook or the physical book. I heard it as an audiobook and I was blown away, and highly recommend. As you can see, there's been a couple that have been stuck to my mind. It is something that I thought I wasn't gonna pick up, but I picked it up and I was like, okay, this is why I love reading. But yeah, you should give it a try. And then Tender's the Flesh. That made me realize why I don't eat meat very often. I'm not gonna say anything. Just kind of go at it blind, or if you want to, you can read the synopsis. But it was a different type of ride. But yeah, I'm not sure about the ending, but it could be something that you could read. Call Me By Your Name was something else as well. The beach scene is all I could say, where I was just like, whoa. And then Witch Please. Oh my gosh, I despise it. It's probably the worst book I've read in 2021. And I can't. Let's move on. Yes, thank you. Normal People, there was mixed reviews from it, from what I've heard, and I enjoyed it. And then I picked up Beautiful World, Where Are You? I think that's the latest book that the author released, and I hated it. I couldn't finish it, and I was like, okay, we'll just keep it with Normal People. Enjoyed it. Let's move on. Cass, The Origins of Your Discontent is another highly recommended book. Everybody should read it. Gives insights to our social political world that we live in, and I think it opens up the conversation that everybody should be having, especially in this age when everybody thinks that racism isn't a thing, but it still is. So highly recommend that one. To a lighter tone, Beach Reads. It was also a good book to read. Probably I'm gonna pick up her other book, but yeah, it was lighthearted, especially after Cast. Then I went to Cry and Nature and tore at my heartstrings. But yeah, it was sad, and it makes you appreciate the people that you have in your life. Silent Patient, I highly recommend too. I don't read too much mystery thrillers, and so the ending blew my mind. I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read the other book. So I read The Maidens, enjoyed it. Kind of did not see the plot twist either. That's a good thing, I guess, because I don't read too many thrillers, but would recommend. And then back up over here, I read The Love Hypothesis, and oh my gosh, I have never seen two different characters in different light, and I'm like, where's my love life? I'm in grad school. Where's my where's my love interest? And then I read The Spanish Love Deception. It was kind of hyped up for me and it didn't live up to expectations, but Aaron Blackford, I'm looking for you. And then I read Under the Whispering Door. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. I wasn't sure on how it was gonna end, but I'm happy. I'm happy for the characters. Kind of wrapped up very quickly at how the normal pace was for the book, but overall it was good. Men's Search for Meaning. That one was a heavy book, especially considering the author was talking about his experience in the concentration camps in World War II. And I heard this as an audiobook, but I think I'm gonna read it as a physical book just to like highlight and just take it all in with my own pace, my own reading. It's a book that everybody I think should read too. Let's see. And then The 7 Days in June. That was a great book. I just didn't like some of the remarks that the girl was making, her daughter, and I just kind of brought down the rating for me because I was just like, okay, this is a bit too much, but I understand where the author is coming from, but it irked me. Passing. I don't know how to feel about this book. It was great. It caught my interest. The ending. I think I'm gonna read on that one because I was just like, what? And then The Bone Chart Emperor. I read the first book earlier in the year, and I said I wasn't gonna keep reading, but then I was like, yeah, it's available in Libby. I'm gonna read it, and so I did, and then it was alright. I'm curious for the next book, so I'm gonna pick it up in September of 2022. The last book that I read was The Night Circus. Kind of had high expectations for this one. It was living it up until the very end. It was too fast, and it didn't fulfill my need. I'm just like, oh, it was going so well. But yeah, I'm like, torn apart at the end. But it was a good book. So if you haven't already done so like me, read it. Yeah, my last review of 2021, I gave it 4.5, just to like heads up. That's why I'm moving over to Storygraph, because I could give decimal points. But yeah, my goal at the beginning was 50 books. I was like, if I hit 50 books, that's awesome. And I hit 118 just because of the manga. I think you could see that I read a lot of them. So yeah, this is my wrap up of 118 books. It wasn't going over every single one of them, but I just wanted to point out a few of them out and just show you the books that I read. And I can't wait to see what 2022 brings for my reading time, because I just never expected to read these many books. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.